Oh, yeah. Can you dig it? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Friday night, and I'm your host, Jake Johnson. Tonight is Untethered Live stream, chill stream tonight. Something stream, too many streams. Anyway, hello. Welcome to the show. Come on in, take your shoes off, set a spell, wiggle your toes. It's going to be fantastic. It's nice to be here. I just woke up from a nap. I still don't know where I'm at exactly, but I'm happy. How are you? It's finally warmer today for the first time in a week. It's reached 40 degrees here, so we're like summertime. I got the summertime blues already. What do you call a rat that never asks questions? Fab Daddy says, a mule rat. Final answer. Fab Daddy, you get a gold star for being first in chat tonight. How are you, sir? Rachel, she says, wow, first here, Daddy. Nice. The answer, of course, is anonymous. Rachel says, here's a cookie for your sorrows. Aw, I got a whole box of cookies. I came home from work and it was sitting right on the edge of the bed. Whole box of chocolate chip and peanut butter and Reese's Pieces cookies. That's love, let me tell you. Rachel's, Amanda says, here's your gold star, Fab Daddy. Linda Davis is here. She says, hey, everybody, happy Friday, smiley face. Hi, Linda. How are you? Hope you're well. Nice to see you. Fab Daddy says, happy Friday, Linda. Amanda says, hi, Untethered Live family. Good to see you all. Happy Friday, smiley, smiley. Hi, Jake. How are you tonight? Full and well cookied. Bill Bennett's here. He says, what's up, Untethered Live family? Hey, Bill. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Amanda says, hi, Fab, Rachel, Linda, and Bill. Fab Daddy says, mute and mule are close to the same. And no, they're not. Jake needs new glasses. I said mute, didn't I? Mute. Maybe I was reading too fast. I thought I said mute rat. Anyway, I do need new glasses. This is true. I almost sneezed on you. I hate it when that happens. Anyway, I do need new glasses. I can't see anything. But I think it's the eyes. I probably need new eyes. I think the glasses are fine. It came close, Fab Daddy. It was a close call, but I survived. I almost sneezed on you. But yes, I'll take the blessing. Nice hot cup of coffee here, just in time. Thank you. To the firm that provides the coffee to my shows. I appreciate it. And tonight's episode is brought to you by one of these hot cup of coffees. Don't you want to have a cup of coffee with me and talk about the world? If so, get yourself a cup and go pour it up and let's have some conversations. If you don't have a cup, though, you can get one in the description below. I recommend the first one. It has this face on it. It is lovely. Also, like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box. If you want to show a little bit of love, throw a little jangle-langle my way, or hit that Cash App, $Jake-Johnson-Band. Also, go visit the Facebook page, facebook.com/UntetheredLive family. That's all one word, Untethered Live family. It's a great place to keep up with each other outside of the show and also keep up with all things Untethered Live Universe right there in one spot. So go check that out, and I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Moving on. All right. Coffee and cream. No cream? Huh? Cream. And sugar. This has 5 spoons of sugar and creamer in it. Amanda says, you need new glasses and you need to wake up. I was asleep like 2 minutes ago, really. Like I got dressed, got the studio set up, got the show set up, and got prepared in 2 minutes. It's a new record, I think. Amanda says, you're welcome for the coffee. Thank you. Thank you, coffee firm. And Amanda says, yep, cream and sugar. Fab Daddy says, I got a black bitter coffee. I like my women like I like my coffee. Bitter and slightly confused. You thought I was going to say black, didn't you? Never did like the black coffee. I know, I'm racist, but whatever. White coffee is just supreme. Fab Daddy says coffee and cigarette breath. It keeps all the ladies at bay. Does it now? That doesn't work so well for me, Fab Daddy. In fact, I think it worked quite nicely. Amanda says, lies. You like me sweet and hot. Well, yeah, you. I said women. You're not a woman. You're Mandy. I'm just kidding. I'm sleeping in the doghouse tonight. Anyway, it's been a good week. Not a lot going on. I was off for 3 days this week because of snow. That was unusual. But I got a lot of good sleep. I'm well rested. The bags under my eyes seem to have disappeared. Maybe they got worse. I don't know. Amanda says, just remember, there's still snow on the ground. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. But it is melting. I thought it was raining all day at work today because I kept hearing water trickling. And I'd look outside, I'm like, it's not raining. Where's this water coming from? Oh, it's the snow melting off of the roof. It's dripping off the edge. So it's going away. It'll be gone by probably Monday. And, well, I think we got 4 inches of snow. That's not wonderful, but it's not great either. But that usually doesn't last very long. When you get up into a foot, couple of foot, it'll be here a while. If you get up to like 3 foot of snow, like we did the last time it snowed here, 4 foot, whatever it was, they just push it up into a big pile in the parking lots of all the places, and there's just a big mountain of snow there for like a month. Any travel plans now that you got 4 wheels? Just to work. The wheels, the number of wheels is irrelevant. It's the covering around those wheels that was important. I was about to freeze to death. Weather said 9 inches. We did not get 9 inches of snow. I'm sorry. We just didn't. Look at the pictures. There's not 9 inches of snow there. Maybe in somewhere got 9 inches, but we didn't. Amanda says, yeah, Fab, I want to go to Georgia and visit the Enterprise at the museum. Ah, yeah, well, we might do that. Yeah, there's a, trying to remember where it's at. Can't remember what town it's in. But it's like a metal building, like a strip mall kind of thing. And inside is the set of the Enterprise, the original, the 1969 Star Trek Enterprise. Recreation, of course. It's not the actual one. The actual one, I don't think has been set back up. It's in boxes somewhere. But if they even still have it, they may not still have it. But this is a faithful recreation done painstakingly by a guy named Vic Mignogna and his team. And not only did they recreate the sets of the Enterprise, that's the bridge, the engine room, the sick bay, the crew quarters, and a few other little places here and there. I said transporter room. Oh, and the shuttle bay. All recreated. Kingsland, Georgia. That's where it's at. Kingsland. But they also filmed with deadly accuracy. I mean, they used the right cameras. They used the right music. They used the right lighting. But this guy went all out. It's as close to real Star Trek as you can get. And I don't know if anybody here is a Star Trek fan or not, but Star Trek had an unusual look even to this day. TV shows just don't look like that show did for a couple of reasons. Number one, because they had just invented color television and they were playing up to the color aspects of things. So there was this bright otherworldly look about everything. But number two, they had very good lighting crew, and they just knew how to use light for massive effect, right? They could change a scenery just by throwing a different color light on the wall and turn it into a different planet, just things like that. So it was really an art in itself, in and of itself. And the directors that were chosen to direct Star Trek were also very seasoned, like, well, you got your auteurs like Quentin Tarantino and those guys. But then you got these other guys that they just work for companies, right? I forget what you call them, bit part players. I don't know what they are. Anyway, you hire in and you do so many jobs, and then you go to the next company and do so many jobs. It's kind of like a union thing. Those are the kind of directors they used, and these guys were seasoned. They were very good at their jobs and very quick. They didn't take a long time to set up shots and things like that. A lot of one takes in Star Trek. But if you want to see the most faithful recreation of Star Trek since Star Trek, go watch Star Trek Continues on YouTube. It's free. And I think there's 12 episodes that the guy was able to make before Paramount shut them down. They had to fight and battle in court and all that to keep going, to finish out what they were doing. Guy wasn't selling them. He wasn't making any money. He was just making them for the love of the labor. So they allowed him to finish his one season, and that was it. So he couldn't make any more. But the acting isn't all that good, but there's some real pedigree to the actors. I think James Doohan's son and DeForest Kelly's son and a few of the original cast members of Star Trek has been on that show. So go check it out. Star Trek Continues. It's worth a watch anyway for the visual aspect of it. Very well done. And I don't know if you watch a lot of TV, but if you go back and watch the original Star Trek, it had a score like no other TV show ever. I mean, it's very memorable. A little bit annoying and grating at times, but you don't forget it. That's the thing about it. Nobody's ever had a score like Star Trek. This guy recreates it. It's not real. Like, he didn't have an orchestra playing it. He did it on a computer, but it sounds good. Check it out. All the sound effects are good. Okay. Lots of interest in that subject. Moving on. Let's talk about Trump. I'm just kidding. Trump's killing it, though. 200 executive orders signed while attending a plethora of balls and after parties. He's been a busy boy. Lots of firing going on. It's nice to see. I bet he feels like he's back on The Apprentice. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. It's nice. Trump is signing his life away. LOL. Go Trump. Get it. Yeah, he's signing. He has signed over 200 executive orders in 2 days. That's a lot of signing. Most of those were to undo the shit that Biden did to undo the shit that Trump did originally. So most of it's just putting stuff back in place that was there in the first place. But that's still a lot of orders, no matter how you look at it. 213 orders so far. Wow. Hats off to you, man. Run this country. And if those of you that are counting, that's more than Biden did in 4 years. 213 executive orders. I think he signed about 100 of them on day one, and that's the last thing he did of any value. What say you, Linda? You're being awful quiet. How do you feel about the world? Dana! Dana says, I've never watched Star Trek nor any other sci-fi movies. Greetings. Well, you should. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful escape from reality. There's no harm in that. I enjoy Star Trek, although I would not, as an adult, I would not want to live in that world by any stretch of the imagination. It seems terrifying. I would have a panic attack for sure. But for the escapism of it all, I enjoy it. It's not biblical, and it's not even scientific, really. I mean, the answers they give and the definitions they give are scientific-ish. They sound plausible, and I can appreciate that. But you don't want to escape from reality? I don't think I meant it like that. But I understand what you're saying. That's fine. Reaching out and exploring new things is not for everybody. Understood. How are you, Dana? Good to see you. Amanda says, that's in the first week, 213 orders. Oh, yeah, he's getting down. And Amanda says, hi, Dana. And LOL. And Dana says, hi, dear Amanda. And Linda Davis says, I'm making pizzarellas. Pizzella. What is a pizzella? What's a pizzelle? A pizzelle? Pizzelle? No, there's two Z's. It's a pizzelle. What is that? It sounds good. I like it. Amanda says, yeah, what's that, Linda? Yeah, tell us so we can make it. I like pizza rolls. Is it like that? Now, I like all kinds of cinema. I'm a big cinema fan. Might have to make some too, says Amanda. Oh, yeah. Gotta make some pizza. Oh, it's an Italian waffle cookie. Okay. A waffle or a cookie? A waffle cookie. Is that a cookie with waffle tracks in it? I don't know what a waffle cookie is. Is it a cookie made on a waffle iron? What is an Italian waffle cookie? Or a waffle cookie of any persuasion? Could be like a New York waffle cookie. It's a waffle cookie, but with an attitude. Dana says, Amanda, I forgot to give you a big heart and a smiley face. Oh, that's sweet, Dana. Thank you. She deserves it. She works hard around here keeping up with me. Amanda says, oh, it's okay, Dana. Smiley face. You guys are so sweet. Make my teeth hurt. Dana smiles back at you. Anyway, I turned Amanda on to a drama from the 80s last night called Glengarry Glen Ross. If you have not seen that and you like acting, this is a play adapted into a movie. So it's all still sets, it's all about the dialogue. It's all about the interaction between the actors. It's a master class in acting. Anyway, if you hadn't seen it, I recommend you do. Glengarry Glen Ross. It's an Al Pacino movie of all things. And it's very good. Linda says, well, if I'm making it, it must have a New York attitude, LOL. Right on. I like it. And Rachel says, you love sci-fi so much, Jake. Watch The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. Oh, I'm old, honey. I watched The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. That was the first role that the guy that played RoboCop had, and I can't remember his name. Peter Sellers. Is that it? I think it's Peter Sellers. Anyway, it's one of those Peters anyway. Yes, I like Buckaroo Banzai. It's a little campy for my taste, up there with like Quantum Leap, that kind of thing. A little bit of I just drew a blank. Flash Gordon. A little bit of Flash Gordon-y, but it was still pretty good. Aaron says Italian waffle cookie sounds like a nickname, right? And Amanda says, I just looked them up, Linda. They are pretty easy to make. Yeah. But thank you, Rachel, for the recommendation. I do like Buckaroo Banzai. I grew up in a very opened environment for cinema. The invention of the VCR had just came out, and you could go down to the store, like the mom and pop store, and rent a VCR and 3 movies for $5. Or it might have been $13. I can't remember now. Anyway, it was cheap. So I'd get like 9 movies a night, and I made it my business. I was going to watch everything ever filmed. Now, when I made that proclamation, I had no idea the scope of everything that had ever been filmed. And I did make an attempt, but I didn't quite get there. I had to start cutting corners pretty quick. First, I went, okay, I want to watch everything ever filmed beyond 1969 because I don't really care for black and white movies. Although, in my adult years, I have learned to appreciate like film noir and French films and things like that. Certain foreign films of other persuasions. Korea is making a big splash in movie making now. So there's something to be said for that. But as a young me, I did not like black and whites or anything with a British accent. I didn't like that either. It took me a long time to learn how to appreciate that. And so then I said, okay, I'm going to watch everything that's ever been made that was a blockbuster hit. And I think I've done that. I think I've seen all the blockbusters. There may be 1 or 2 I missed, but I don't think so. I've seen a lot of movies. Amanda says, hi, Aaron. LOL. Rachel says, yep, I was just playing around. I assumed you knew it. My dad loves that stuff. Your dad's got great taste. I am an original Star Trek fan. I grew up on The Next Generation. That was actually my Star Trek. I didn't actually exist when the original aired, but for whatever reason, I gravitated towards it, not the newer one. So I like The Next Generation, but the old one is my thing. That's my Captain Kirk. And so Bill Bennett says, sounds tasty, waffle cookie. Sounds like a waitress on a Saturday night, you know what I'm saying? Hey, baby, let me have some of that waffle cookie. Hold on, let me take my apron off. That sounds right to me. Anyway, Aaron says, yo, Amanda. And Rachel says, like Mystery Science Theater 3000. Now, that's a good show. I grew up, when I was a kid, they had a show called Dr. Paul Bearer. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that or not. It was a Florida show, like a local thing. So I don't know if it got played anywhere else. Elvira comes to mind. It was that kind of thing, like a scary monster kind of guy in an old castle watching old black and white movies. And I love those. I used to watch that every Saturday. And I like Elvira. And I did like Mystery Science Theater, although it gets a little monotonous for me because they play really old movies, like from the 40s. And I don't like those movies. Some of them are pretty good, though. Trying to think of the name of that one space movie that's the predecessor of Star Wars. I think it was called Space 1999. I think that's what it was. I'm not sure about that. But it looks very Star Trek. And you can see, you know, where Gene Roddenberry got his ideas from. Oh, Amanda says, let me get my apron. Right on. Waffle cookie. Like it. Linda says, yeah, Amanda, we use them for cannoli dip. What is a cannoli? And there's another one, too, that I need to... What is a falafel? Does anybody can tell me that? I want to know what a falafel is because every movie I've ever seen that involves New York City, somebody's eating a falafel and you can't make out what it is. It's just a big piece of paper they're shoving in their mouth. What is a falafel? And I want one, I think. And what is a cannoli? Dana says, I like old black and white movies. They are most of the time innocent. And I am very much old-fashioned. I hear you. And I do appreciate the old way of filmmaking, the way they spoke and the way they conducted themselves with each other. I do appreciate that. But as a young person, I did not like black and white movies. It took me a while to get into that. Now I can watch them with joy as an adult. Now that I've lived a little, you know. For some reason, it doesn't offend me as much as it did when I was young. Amanda says, okay, I was thinking they would be good with jelly, Linda. Maybe. What it is says, a mouse. Anonymous. What is a rat that asks no questions? Anon Y Mouse, anonymous. Amanda says, a cannoli is Sicilian pastry fried with creamy filling and a ricotta cheese. That sounds good. And hi, what it is? So it's like a donut with cream filling. Why don't you just call it a donut with cream filling? Anyway, I'd like to have one. But the falafel. What is a falafel? Don't Google it. I want somebody that knows what a falafel is to tell me, because I bet Google will get it wrong. Amanda says, they are good if made right. I bet. Dana says, I try to avoid to watch or listen to anything which has to do with outer space, aliens, and galaxies. Why is that, Dana? Clearly, I don't believe in aliens. If you've ever heard me talk, I think we are it. That everything out there is not dead, but not for the living. I think it all has a purpose to make this place function. But I love space movies. One of my favorite movies is the movie Alien from 1979. That's a great movie. Predator from 1984. Great movie. 1984 was golden age for cinema. But why is it that you don't like to see things like that? I'm just curious. I don't care. I'm just curious. Amanda says, I think a falafel is like a hush puppy or a type of fritter. See, I told you Google would get it wrong. I bet a New Yorker wouldn't say that. Humanoids from the deep says what it is. Nice. B-movies. Ground chickpeas with onions and bread, crumbs, and seasoning rolled up and fried. It is Greek. A falafel is Greek. Okay. So, no, that doesn't sound good at all. I don't like chickpeas. Although they might make a good meal. I've never had ground chickpeas. Eclairs are good. Yes, they are. My favorite is the Boston cream-filled eclair. That's beautiful. Because, in my opinion, it has phantasmagony. It's phantasmal. I got you. It's a fantasy. Yes. Well, see, that's the whole idea for me, anyway. I like the fantasy of it. I like the fact that this is not a real thing that I'm looking at, so I can get lost and have some verisimilitude, since we're using big words. Verisimilitude is the ability to suspend one's disbelief in favor of the story being told, even though you know better. And I like that. I like to be able to do that. It's one of the reasons I'm as intelligent as I am, because spaces like that allow me to expand my mind and consider the impossible, which then allows me to be able to think about the possible more clearly. But not everybody watches movies like that, I guess. But you're not wrong. They are total fantasies. You could even go a step further and say that there's some form of propaganda, because if you'll go back and track movies and the subject matter of movies, for some weird reason, they fit right along nicely with whatever the policies of the incumbent president is doing at that time, or whatever the world's policies are at that time. It's very unusual. For example, every single time there has been a nuclear problem, like when 3 Mile Island was shut down, or like when Fukushima happened, or whatever, there's been a Godzilla movie within a year of that event. Explain that to me. That's weird, isn't it? Can't be a coincidence. I think as long as any kind of media has existed, it's been propagandized. And I think that if you're not aware of that, it's real easy for a movie to trick you into thinking a certain way, because that's what they're doing. They're selling things that aren't real. That being said, I do enjoy them. What it is says, yes, sir, about the Boston cream. Amanda says the Boston cream honey bun is delicious, too. If I find another one, I'll buy you another one. I'm sorry, I hadn't found one. And Dana agrees with me, saying there is an agenda behind media. I agree, 100%. But if you know that agenda isn't affecting you, And if you're like me and you study things like agendas, you kind of want to see where they're going with it. You kind of want to see what the agenda is. If you use big words, you should be able to spell them, Jake. I can. Verisimilitude. VERASIMILITUDE. Similitude. I could write it down better and I could spell it on my head. Dana says sci-fi movies. It is conditioning the minds of people into expecting that which is not real. Yes, unless your mind has already been conditioned to know that things that aren't real, then you can just enjoy it for the farce that it is. I agree with that, though, and I do think there is some of that to certain movies, if not all of them. It might be all of them, I don't know. That the whole thing, the whole system might be in on it. But there is a certain amount. For example, if you go back and watch Disney movies, if you really analyze them, or go back, watch The Princess Bride or anything like that, you can actually see the false religion that they're pressing in all movies. Across all movies, there's this religion that isn't quite real religion, but sounds religious, and it's in everything, right? And once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's there. Same thing with certain ideals, things that don't happen in real life. For example, love stories don't happen in real life. That one could argue that's why we have movies and songs and poems, because those things don't happen in real life. So basically everything about entertainment of any kind is giving you a situation that isn't going to occur in reality and allowing you to dream for a minute that it might. And some people take that too far and think that it becomes reality. It's not. That's a good study to study how movies are made and why, I think. Amanda says, LOL, that wasn't a hint. Huh? What it is, yeah. Dana says, all of them, including the music industry. Oh, I agree. Dana, why do you think I'm not famous? I had my chance. I blew it on purpose. Because, and I've told this story here before, if anybody can remember, but the basic idea is that I got to the place where I could see what the trade was, and I didn't think that it was worth it. The price was too high. And so I backed away. That's basically what happened. There's a lot of little things that happened leading up to that, but that's the basic idea. That's the reason you don't turn on the radio and hear me, because I was there. I was at the place where I was on stage with famous people. My name was being mentioned in those circles. I was going to events that involved famous people. I just didn't quite step over that line. As soon as I saw that line and I saw what the price of admission was, and this is a existential crisis that I went through all by my little lonesome self. Nobody ever saw it but me, I don't think. But what I saw is that they were trying to take what makes my soul unique and capitalize on it and take it away from me, the ownership of it. And I couldn't do that. So I allowed that to pass by. But you are not wrong. The music industry might be worse than the movie industry. I don't know. Amanda says the honey bun thing wasn't a hint. Oh, yes, it was. I'm not stupid or blind. When I wake up and walk through the house and there's Post-it notes all over the wall with the words honey bun written on it everywhere I turn, that's a hint. I'm not stupid. I get it. You want one? I'll get it. What it is, ain't it funny how Star Wars kind of correlates with how you should get with God? If God is Satan, you're absolutely correct. Problem with that is The reason Star Wars is Bible light is because George Lucas is not a good writer, but he is good at pattern recognition. And so what he did was he got himself a copy of Campbell's The Hero's Journey. If you don't know what that is, you're not a movie buff. But if you are, and you do, you must read The Hero's Journey in order to learn how to write stories. And then he got himself a copy of the King James Bible. And he took those two things and mashed them together, and then took a little bit of spaghetti western and a little bit of Lone Wolf and Cub and a little bit of, this and a little bit of that, and stuck it all together, and he got Star Wars out of it. It's pretty interesting. But the Force, it binds us. It penetrates us. It's a pervert. Anyway. Amanda says, oh, please. What it is says, may the Force be with you. May the Fourth be with you, too. And June and July and August as well. Amanda says, live long and prosper is better. I agree. Star Trek is way better than Star Wars. Dana says, rape is the worst. There should be the letter E at the end of the word. Oh, rap, because it wrapped many youth minds completely. Yes, I agree. Rap. I understand. I don't disagree with that also. Now, I used to like rap back when it was Run DMC and, Humpty Dumpty and all that. And then along about, I guess it was about 1994, 95, somewhere in that area, something changed. I could tell you what it was, but it was Rick Rubin. He started making records. But if you don't know who Rick Rubin is, I strongly suggest you go look. He is responsible for all of that gangster rap that came out preceding the innocent Will Smith days, right? When rap music was actually good, when it was actually based on R&B, which it is no longer. Now it's just anger and hedonism and hatred and racism filled with a beat. That's pretty much it. But you can actually track the change of it if you go back and listen to some of the original stuff coming out of the 80s and out of the, what would you call that? I guess R&B, rhythm and blues music. The Embers and I can't even think of all of them. General Johnson and all those guys back in the day. And then on into Smokey Robinson and all that. On into like rappers like Eazy-E and Ice Cube and Vanilla Ice and all those guys. Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff. And then from that into NWA. 2 Live Crew. Yeah, too legit to quit, huh? I agree with you, Dana, 100%. Angela says, happy Friday. Hi, Angela. How are you? Good to see you. Amanda says, hi. Dana says, rap music should have an E on the end of it. I agree with you. Angela says, hello, Amanda, and hello, everybody. What it is says, it's the devil's music. Rock and roll got to go. Are you kidding me? Nothing wrong with rock and roll. I like rock and roll. I play rock and roll. Dana says, hi, Angela. Heart. What it is says, it all comes from the blues. Right. The blues is very influential in modern music. And that's why I lean so far back towards it, because that's where the good stuff is, back in the Robert Johnson days, and Sonny House, and Blind Willie Lemon, those guys. That's music. I'm into that. Angela says, hi, Dana. That's also the birth of guitar music, the guitar player, the blues man. And so I've done a little bit of that, growing in that direction. Lightning Hopkins, yes, very nice. Good reference. But if you go back and listen to the British invasion, for example, that's when all of the glam rock from Europe came over to America, and we started playing the Beatles and Elvis and all that stuff over here. Go back and listen to the first Rolling Stones that came over to America, and you'll be surprised to hear what sounds a lot like Howlin' Wolf on their album. And you're like, what do these British people know about Howlin' Wolf, who's from Chicago, by the way? Turns out they're big fans, and the only reason they agreed to come over here is if they got to meet Howlin' Wolf, and so they proceeded to make music in the vein of Howlin' Wolf. And if you go listen to that first Rolling Stones album, it is very blues. It's a little overdone and a little bit overly vocalized. Mick Jagger goes over his skis a little bit, but it is the blues. And it's beautiful. Yardbirds, on the other hand, made up of a group of people who made up a group of other groups, is responsible from everything from Roy Orbison all the way to Tom Petty. You listen to the Yardbirds and you can see the genesis of that entire sound, that Rickenbacker sound that Tom Petty did so well. And Roy Orbison and George Harrison, you just name, they're all fans of the Yardbirds. Yardbirds was that original sound. It's one of those unique things in music that changed the rest of music, like Alabama in country music. Alabama is responsible for Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson, Brooks and Dunn, that whole pantheon of musicians who are now responsible for the garbage we have today. Good morning, little schoolgirls is what it is. Yeah, Yardbirds. The Beatles took lessons from a lot of musicians. It's pretty interesting if you look at the lines of how music propagates. When you think of, like, say, the first distorted guitar player, who would that be? Well, you'd think, well, Jimi Hendrix. No, you'd be wrong. Jimi Hendrix stole the idea from a well-known country singer named Marty Robbins, who poked holes in the amplifier speaker so that it would go when he hit the strings, and he recorded "Don't Worry About Me." Go listen to it, and you'll hear the first use of a distorted guitar on record. A lot of people have made the claim that they were the first, but that was the actual first. Now, that translates right on into Kiss, which came out in the 60s, believe it or not. Kiss didn't come out in the 60s. So did Guns N' Roses. If you don't believe that, there's a movie somewhere. I don't know the name of it, but you can find it, I'm sure. It's a British movie, and they mention Guns N' Roses in it, and it's from the 60s. However, before they were Guns N' Roses, they were L.A. Guns, and before they were L.A. Guns, there were a few other names. But then they moved to L.A., and started playing that L.A. scene, and that's when they met Slash and Axl, and then Guns N' Roses became a thing. But it was a name before them, meaning that some other band had that name prior to them. Some other group of people had that band name prior to them. It's interesting. Then you look at, from Kiss, they put out a couple records, and they were considered heavy metal. And then you get the 80s, from about 1979 onward till about 1987, 88. We went through a period called the big hair period, where everybody wore glam makeup progressively more so as the years went on, more makeup and big hair and girl clothes. And if you were from today looking back, you go, those guys are transvestites, or whatever they call them today. I'm not trying to be transphobic, but you'd call them that. That ain't what they were thinking at all. That's just the style that was in style at that time. Look at Rod Stewart Look at Motley Crue. Look at Poison. They look like girls. Anyway, we went through that phase and then went straight from that into Nirvana, grunge, right off the bat, just out of the blue for the new millennium, a new sound of music that is completely opposite of the old stuff that was, the leads were written like scores, like classical music scores to two strings on a guitar for the Dead Presidents. Down, 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 down. You know, just utter opposite of what music was. And then after that, death metal came out briefly again. That it was there in between the big hair band and the grunge music, and then it went away, and then it came back briefly in the 2000s, and then it went away again, and now it's just in the underground. That's that, you know, that kind of stuff, screamy stuff. Billy Idol has always had good tunes. Yes, he has. And he fits in that Bruce Springsteen vein in that era of music. But Billy Idol is like a cross between big hair music and Bruce Springsteen type music. That, you know, Billy Badass music. Got a little Elvis sprinkled on there. Just a little, not much. You know the Brits, they don't like to take Dana says, I'm transphobic big time. I have no problem with this lousy label at all. I hear you. Amanda says, it's a nice day to start again. Yeah, I like Billy Idol. Fishnet skirts and spandex shorts. Yes, don't be telling people what I wore in the 80s. Yeah, I was there. Amanda says, LOL, right, Dana? I ain't got no problem with it either. I'm just trying to keep a YouTube channel, if you know what I'm saying. YouTube's right. I don't know anything. Listen to them. Don't listen to me. And a mullet. Yes, I had a mullet. I still have a mullet. Business in the front, party in the back. Alphabet people. Yes. And we owe it all to 80s rock, because they'd never had the gall or nerve to wear that kind of stuff if not. What about new wave? I don't know much about new wave music. Pardon me. I know it is rude, but I must blow my nose because I'm sick. Excuse me. I know a little bit about dubstep, and I know a little bit about electronica and industrial type music because I'm into musical scores, and they use a lot of that for musical scoring. But I don't know a lot about new wave music. I thought Trump is fixing this problem, going hard against it. He is. He is, but it's going to take a little time for all that to work itself out because people are still believing that way. And you got to get those people out of positions of power that can do things like censor YouTube and things like that. And those executive orders have got to take effect. They got to trickle down into the system. It'll probably be next year before we could actually breathe easy and know we're not going to get canceled for saying a thing. And Amanda says, he definitely is, Dana. Yep, 213 executive orders in 2 days. And attending quite a few balls and after parties and interviews and everything else. He's definitely presidenting it up. Going full bore. Garbage music. No, I don't think new wave is garbage music. I appreciate all music, even the kind I don't like. I mean, I studied jazz for 2 years, for God's sakes, and I hate jazz. But you can't deny that it's necessary. I mean, jazz is what holds music together. That's the outside. When you color outside the lines, that's jazz. That has a place in art, too. You know. 78 and going hard. Yep. Yeah, he's 78 years old and he's got more energy than people half his age. I wish I had some of that. I really do. I like all kinds of music, though, but I study all kinds of music, even the kinds I don't listen to, because that information may come in handy in making music. You know, I'm one of the few guys that can just jump up on stage with somebody and start playing. No rehearsal necessary. I don't even need to know what song we're playing. Just tell me what key we're in, and I'm good. And you don't even need to tell me because I can hear it. But most musicians are not that way. The reason that I am is because I study all types of music. And if I find myself in a situation where I've got to play like grunge or something, I know how because I've studied it. I know what they do. I know how to make that noise with my fingers. Dana says, I don't care if people are believing in this nonsense as long as they are not shoving it in my mind and in the minds of the innocent little children. That has to stop, and I agree 100%. Leave the children alone. Whatever you do as an adult is your business, and nobody here is judging you, but leave the children alone. That's going to get you hurt. I agree with that 100%. What it is says Echo and the Bunnymen, Psychedelic, Funds, Haircut, 100, and many more. That must be new wave music. I got you. My idea of new wave music is Frank Zappa, so I don't know much about the new wave music. But I ain't above listening to it and analyzing it for what's good about it that I can use in my creation of music. And one day, you guys will actually get to hear me actually play. This isn't me actually playing. This is me just jamming out and pulling things out of my tail. But when I play with people, I'm much more professional. Even, brush my hair. So, one of these days. Sometimes I brush my hair. Sometimes it's everywhere. If you've seen my videos, you know. Bill says, did you ever listen to... I did listen to Mr. Banker. I sure did. It's a good blues tune. I even learned how to play it. I don't know the words to it, but I can play along with it. Not one of Leonard Skinner's more popular songs, because I'd never heard of it until you mentioned it. Must have been on one of those early albums. Excuse me. But I did listen to it, and I listened to the other song, too. Trying to remember what it was. Oh, there's a Merle Haggard song that Patty wanted me to listen to. I can't remember the name of it now, but it's about a deaf mother and a blind father and a kid that plays the guitar. They'd all get together and sing, and it sounded like seals. Because one was deaf and the other was blind. Never mind. But I did listen to that one. Bury my papa for me. Right on. It is a good song. Very bluesy. I would counter with The Hunt. Go listen to Leonard Skinner, The Hunt. What it is Zappa's son is a good guitarist. He plays his dad's stuff pretty good at it. I've heard his son play before. Linda says, I'm done. Now you have my undivided attention. I don't know if that's comforting, because if I can't divide your attention, you're not paying attention, are you? You're stuck on one thing. You're undivided. I'm just being a pain in the ass. Thank you. Enjoy your cookies. Waffle cookies. Enjoy your waffle cookies. Enjoy your New York waffle cookies. When you bite it, hey, I'm walking here. Good cookie. Bites back. Italian waffle cookie. The only cookie that bites back. I like it. Linda says, I'm stuck on you. Yeah. Take back the weed, take back the cocaine, baby. Take back the pill, take back the whiskey too. I don't need it now, your love is all I was after. No, I don't need it now, 'cause I can get off on you. What'd he say? Who'd ever thought I would be going crazy? I know. Tell me who'd ever thought I would be stuck on you like sniffing glue. Take back the weed, take back the cocaine, baby. Take back the pills, take back the whiskey too. I don't need it now, your love is all I was after. I don't need it now, I can get off on you. I don't need it now, 'cause I can get off on you. There you go. Bet you never heard that before. Billy Gibbons. Walter Davis pops in. He says, "Good evening, all." Hey, Walter, what's up, buddy? Amanda says, "Hi." Linda says, "There's my man." Hi, Tersh. What it is says, Billy Gibbons. Billy Gibbons? Ringo Starr? You got to be kidding me. Walter says, "Hi, Jake, Linda, Amanda." What it is, Bill, Dana, Aaron, and Rachel. I like Ringo Starr. He's a little kooky for my taste. He's from Liverpool. I think Ringo Starr is an excellent drummer, though. Contrary to most people's beliefs that he's a simple drummer, he is not simple. He's left-handed, which seems weird. Do you know the secondhand romance? I know the third-rate romance. I don't know the second-hand romance. Who does it? A pool of liver. But I can play that nifty little thing that he does. I can do that. Who does it, Walter? I'll look into it. I do know the third-rate romance. I don't remember who sings it, but it's a good, funny song. Sounds like it. Second-hand romance. It reminds me of and the third hardest thing I'll ever do is holding her and loving you. That one? Oh, it is third-rate romance. Okay, well, I'll do it for you. Sitting at a tiny table in a ritzy restaurant, he's staring at his coffee cup, trying to keep his courage up by applying booze. Talk was small when they talked at all, they both knew what they wanted. He's old enough to talk about it, too young to scope it out and to keep it loose. And he said, "You don't look like my type, but I guess you'll do. Third-rate romance, low-rent rendezvous." And she said, "I'll even tell you that I love you if you want me to. Third-rate romance, low-rent rendezvous." Sorry, my voice is crapping out on me. They left the bar, they got in the car and they drove away. He took her to the Holiday Inn. Didn't even have to pretend she didn't know what for. You know what for. They went to the desk and made his request while she waited outside. Then he came back with the key. She said, give it to me and I'll unlock the door. She said, I've never really done this kind of thing before, have you? Third-rate romance, low-rent rendezvous. And he said, yes, I have, but only a time or two, or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. Third-rate romance, low-rent rendezvous. Third-rate romance, low-rent rendezvous. There you go. Sorry, my voice is killing me today. This cold weather got me cracky. Good song, though. I actually play that song at my live show. I get down like that. If a trio is called a threesome and a couple is called a twosome, does that make a man by himself handsome? Yes. Or onesome. I like it. Handsome. What do you call a rat that never asks any questions? Anonymous. A non-Y mouse. This is where my brain goes. I'm sorry. Now you live with it. Third-rate romance. That was a band called Amazing Rhythm Aces. They were responsible for a couple of good songs. Not a mouse. Anonymous. Anonymous. A non-Y mouse. Anyway. It's interesting that you bring up mice. You ever looked into the Great Mouse Utopia experiments? You want to lose sleep? That's a good way to start. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. Yep. I can't remember the words. There's a yellow moon coming up in the trees, lightning at me. I can't remember. Baby, get ready. Ooh, you and me go fishing in the dark light on your back. I remember the song, I just don't remember the words. I like Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. They're good. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band did a copy of the song Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys for the movie Cowboy Way. If you want to hear a good rendition of that song, check them out. How many mice does it take to screw in a light bulb? All of them, because mice can't screw in light bulbs. Yeah, lying on our backs looking out at the stars. I can't remember the song. I did it well enough to know that you knew that I knew what we were talking about. I can't remember. They also had a couple other good songs, too, but I can't remember what they are. They was such a good band, too. I hate that I can't remember more of their songs, but they had like 4 or 5 hit songs. Feel the thunder and lightning in the sky. Don't know if I knew that one, but I know this one. Family away from my Carolina home. 6 long months and I started wrong. Just covered here. I can't remember the words. It was fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting on me there. Yeah, my voice is gone. I can't sing anymore. Not tonight, anyway. Where the cool grass grows. That's a good one. That's the same song. Are you trying to confuse me? 2, but don't ask me how the hell that. Don't ask me how the hell that they got in there. The rats. Two rats to screw in a light bulb. Don't ask me how they got in there. I got it. Screw in the light bulb. I see. Yeah. I'm the kind of man. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-dum. Ba-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-ba-da-dum. Heard it in a love song. Heard it in a love song. Heard it in a love song. Can't be wrong. Now, unfortunately, you got that backwards. That's not Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. That's Marshall Tucker Band. But that's a good song anyway. $3:30 in the morning, not a soul in sight. City looking like a ghost town on a moonless summer night. Raindrops on the windshield, there's a storm moving in. Heading back from somewhere that it never should have been. The thunder roll. And the thunder roll. That's a good song there. Fooled around and fell in love. Fooled around and fell in love. Yeah, I know that one too. I just can't sing anymore tonight. Sorry. Pretty Little Love Song. That's a great song. I don't know why more people don't do that song. Marshall Tucker Band was awesome. There are stars in the southern sky. You ever heard that song? That's a good one too. 7 Bridges Road. Amanda says, great song choice, what it is. I wish I could sing for you guys tonight. I'm sorry. And my voice is just crapped out. The cold weather does not like me. Amanda says, copyright definitely. I'm not playing the whole thing. They copyright me, they're just doing it to be mean. Marshall Tucker is awesome. Yes, they are. Yeah, good stuff. Marshall Tucker. I've done that song a bunch of times. Good stuff. The Garth song, definitely on the first run, LOL. I know all of Garth Brooks' songs, except for the last couple of albums. They got weird. But on up to the Red album and the Double Live album, I know all his songs. Don't believe me? Try me. Dana, what kind of music do you like, aside from the nonsense I throw out? Bill says, oh, the Skinnerd. The Skinnerd set was a 3-disc red, white, and blue. Had 7 bridges, Mr. Banker, and it was a set of Skinnerd I've never heard before. They must have been doing covers then, because 7 Bridges Road is a Marshall Tucker Band song, not a Lynyrd Skynyrd song. Although it isn't uncommon for bands like Lynyrd Skynyrd to do cover albums, because even Metallica did a cover album where they did some Lynyrd Skynyrd on it, and that's actually kind of good. She likes the old country, I do remember, but I was asking specifically. I like old Lynyrd Skynyrd. Good stuff right there. Dana likes soul music. What, like? I can't even do it. It's too high. Dana says, I like the old American country music, soft with a lot of, like, some fools never end. My love for you will never die. I wish I could sing like that guy. That guy's good. I like Give Me Back My Bullets. Take me home, country roads, to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Take me home, country roads. I like that song too. Well, I used to wake the morning for the rooster crows, searching for soda bottles to get myself some dough. Take 'em down to the corner store, cash 'em in and give my money to a man named Curtis Lowe. Oh, Kurt was a black man with white curly hair. Yeah, I like that song too. I like most country music and southern rock blues, says Linda Davis. Me too. Dana says, take me home country roads. I wish I could sing it for you. My voice is just shot. All I can do is hint at songs. Curtis Lowe says, Walter, and that song had real meaning. Yeah, it did. Most of those songs did. Danny says, me. I can't type. Take me home country roads. I got you. I know what you were talking about. You're talking about, thank God I'm a country boy. What's his name? John Denver. I'm thinking about John Denver. One of those Denver guys. Do I know any Molly Hatchet? No, never heard of him. Liked, shared, and invited some friends, says Amy Elizabeth. Hi, Amy. How are you? Good to see you, sweetie. Amanda says, thanks, Amy. By the way, I am using a pic that a friend of mine gave me. Weird, isn't it? It's a little too small for my taste, but he gave it to me, so I'm using it. Oh, LOL. Just that song alone makes me want to visit Virginia. It's a good song. Amy says, I found a car I might be interested in buying. It's a 2023 Volkswagen Beetle. Punch bug, no punch back. Sure, if you don't mind getting punched every time you get in the car. All right, couple more, then I got to go to bed. Been a long day. It's been a long time since I rock and roll. Been a long time since I move your soul. Been a long time, been a long time, been a long time. Baby, where I'm from. It's been a long time, been a long time, been a long, lonely time. Lori Morgan, Terry Clark, Roseanne Cash. Wow. Boy, you're killing me. Dottie West. What song did she do? I know her. She ain't the one that did Jose Cuervo, you are a friend of mine. I like to drink you with a little salt and lime. Did I kiss all the cowboys? Did I shoot out the lights? Did I dance on the bar? Did I start any fights? That one? Is that Dottie West? I can't remember what she did. Let's go backwards. Roseanne Carter, guys. Give me a break. No, that was Shelley West. Okay, what did Dottie West do? I was the little dark-haired boy that played the Tennessee flat-top box, and I'd play. Anyway, Dottie West, give me a song she did. And also give me a song Lori Morgan did. I know a song that she did, but I can't think of it. Terry Clark was, oh shit, I'm just going to have to go look for myself, ain't I? If I said you... That's not her. All the time. Oh. Poor, poor, pitiful me. I can't remember any of these songs. I used to play all these songs. These are all Christmas songs. That's not what you want. I can't even think of a Terry Clark song. I know she had a few hits in the late 2005 era. What was her biggest songs? Anybody know? Poor, poor, pitiful me. That's all I can remember of it, though. It can't be that good of a song. I can only remember the hook. Oh, well. I don't even care about Terry Clark that much. Kenny played with everyone. Kenny, that's not fair, because Kenny started out as a bass player for 5th Edition, which was the first boy band. Dottie sang with Kenny Rogers. I got you. Well, I'll sing some Kenny Rogers for you, though. On a warm summer's eve. That ain't right. On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, met up with a gambler. We were both tired of sleep, so we took turns staring at the window at the darkness. Boredom overcome us, and he began to speak. He said, son, I made a lifetime out of reading people's faces, knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. If you don't mind me saying, see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, boy, I'll give you some advice. There you go. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money. Sitting at the table, there'll be time enough to count them when the dealing's done. All right. Let's get back to being serious again. Lori Morgan married Keith Whitley, and then he proceeded to drink himself to death. And we were left with Lori Morgan. Now, I wager that was not a good trade. We should have kept Keith Whitley and lost Lori Morgan. However, she was pretty good in her own right, but Keith Whitley was better. Batshit crazy, what's up, buddy? Bill says, good night, guys. God bless you all. Good night, Bill. Sleep well, buddy. We'll see you Sunday night or Saturday. What it is they had duets together. Well, if you could think of one, I might could pull it off. I mean, I know a lot of songs, but I'm not omniscient. Despite what everybody says about me. No. There was one Lori Morgan song I was crazy about, though. And it's a remake of an old George Jones song. You know, imagine a world where no music was playing. Think of a church with nobody praying. If you've watched while the heart of a child breaks in two, then you've seen a picture of me without you. And you picture heaven. Oh, angels singing. Oh, quiet Sunday morning with no church bells ringing. If you walked in a garden where nothing was growing, and you seen a picture of me without you. That was a good song. But George did it first. So now you ask yourself, would you like to have whatever Lori Morgan added to the list? Or this? I'm no stranger to the rain. Friend, is it any wonder lightning strikes me? I fought with the devil, got down on his level. Boom, ba-doom, boom. I'm no stranger to the rain. Who would you have rather kept? I think Keith Whitley. Anyway, he had some great songs. It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart. Without saying a word, you can light up the dark. Try as you can, you could never define what's being said between your heart and mine. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all. Good stuff. That guy was a real talent. I miss him. All right, that's enough of that. Can't do it anyway. I'm just torturing you guys, so I'll stop. I will be back. As soon as this cold weather lets up, my voice loosens up a little bit, I'll be back. All right, let's see what I miss. Evening, folks, says Batshit Crazy. What's up, Batshit Crazy? Nice to see you. Dana says, I will write a letter to Trump and tell him I want to see the country road in Virginia. Well, you don't have to write Trump. You can just ask me. I don't live that far. I'll go take a picture for you. Any particular country road or just the one? Because I don't think there was a one in mind when he wrote it. First edition, not faith edition. What's the condition of my condition is in? That's right. Yeah, Kenny Rogers, a lot of people don't know that. He was a bass player for that band. That's how he got his start. Amanda says, I batshit crazy. What it is says, I got better things to do. Terry Clark, that's the one. I've got better things to do. That's a good one. Yeah, I never cared that much for her. I liked a couple of the songs that she did, but she's a little butchy for my taste. You know what I mean? She's more interested in riding the bull than being pretty. Anyway, Kenny Rogers, I am the greatest. Linda Davis says. Kenny Rogers is the greatest. And he believes in me. I love that guy. Amanda says, LOL, Dana. He's the only guy in the world that can make a voice like mine sound good, and I don't know how he did it. I've been trying to figure that out ever since, and I just can't do it. He had the scratchiest voice, and it sounded great. My voice gets scratchy. It's just garbage. I don't know how he does that. Amanda says, LOL, Dana. Jake, the walking jukebox. I am that. I know a lot of songs. And even more, I know more songs that I have no idea that I even know. And I know a bunch of songs that I don't know at all, but I know them. What it is says, I just checked in to see what condition my condition was in. Right on. Danny says, LOL, Amanda. Batshit says, Crackling Rosie. Get on, buddy. Or boy. Crackling Rose. Are you saying whole lot of Rosie? Is that what you're asking for? I'm not sure. Crackling Rosie. Get on, boy. All right. Amanda says, what's funny is when he gets stuck and just plays genre to genre, song after song, I hear all kinds of music and then some. Yeah, they don't get to see that. They get to tune in for an hour and it's entertaining. They don't know that it doesn't turn off. And when if they knew that, they wouldn't want anything to do with it. Trust me. Yeah, this never goes away. You get to see it for an hour. It's great. I call it quits. You look forward to the next time. Meantime, I'm still doing it the whole time you're not watching me do it. It just happens. What it says, I got a cure to fix your voice. What? Tell me. If you say stop smoking, I'm going to laugh at you because I know, but that's not what's causing it. Actually, COVID caused it. It wasn't a side effect. It was concurrent. But YouTube, relax. Relax. I got COVID and then lost my voice. The two aren't related. And then it didn't come back. That damaged my vocal cords, whatever it was. Before that, I could sing like Roy Orbison, so it wasn't the smoking. I've been smoking 40 years. I've only not been able to talk for 2. It's not what's causing it. But thank you, if that's what you were going to say. Amanda says, it's the weather that got him this time, what it is. Yeah, it'll be back. It's not gone. It's just my boss was sick. I worked with him. Now I'm sick. That kind of thing. Dana says, Amanda, Trump's first wife, Ivana, with whom he had his first 3 children, was also Czech. Sweet. I didn't know that. She was also his business partner for quite a while. They pretty much built Trump International together, or whatever his organization is called. The Trump Organization. They pretty much built that together. So she was an integral part of his life for a long time. Walter says, is it still warm in the house, Linda? What it is says, rest in honey and lemon and back off the doing coffee and cigarettes. Right. Well, I do the honey and lemon. Matter of fact, I got some. No, I don't. That's a lie. I had some honey and lemon right here. It must be in my bag in the truck from when I went to work. But I had some honey and lemon. And I don't smoke that much. I smoke more here than I do any time else. But most of the time, I just let them burn. I light more cigarettes than I smoke, put it that way. And the coffee, never. You'll have to pry this cup of coffee out of my cold, dead, coughing fingers. I'm just kidding. Amanda says, that's cool, Dana. He likes non-American women. LOL, he says us American women are crazy. Yeah, well, he ain't wrong. And have you seen his wives? I don't know about his first one so much. I remember from the 80s a little bit. But Melania, for a woman her age, that woman has class. She is put together. She might be the most gorgeous, most regal first lady we've ever had, and I'm including Jackie Onassis in that statement. And I stand by it. I don't know why they're not doing magazine spreads of that woman. She is beautiful. And I mean in a classy way, not a, hot grandma kind of way. Although that's probably true also. Dana says, Amanda, he showed to Ivana. What it is, yeah. Dana says, casino, not a country road. Okay. You want to see Trump Casino. I got you. I think. I can't find the statement now. Okay. I think I know what you're saying. Walter says, you could probably do Long Black Train. There's a long black train. I have done that song. I can't remember the words to it, but I remember how to play it. There's a long black train going nowhere. This is just a Randy Travis song in disguise. Don't believe me? I'm digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. Assuming things is better left alone. I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone. Tonight I'm sitting home, digging up bones. Same song. I probably had my noise filter on for that, but trust me, it was accurate. Let's see what I missed. Amanda says, LOL, what it is, he would die without Mountain Dew and coffee. Probably. For wither up like a snail with salt on it. And Linda says, yeah, Tersh, but the sink is still frozen, and I had a busy evening. I think I got to see at least half our kids tonight. Nice. Walter says, this summer, Trump will be a mile from where I work, but the guys at the gate won't take cards or messages. Probably smart. Linda says, I Am the Greatest is a song about a little boy trying to play baseball. It's a sweet song. I think I've heard that song before. I do think I've heard that one. Walter says, Linda, I'm really happy for Timmy and Brittany. Nice. Who's Timmy and Brittany? Share with the class. Amanda says, thank God the band room is across the yard, LOL. Just kidding. I love listening to you. Watch it. I'll sleep out there. Walter Davis says, when Trump divorced Ivana, she got the casinos that all went busy. He got called out during the election. That all went bust. Is that what you're saying? What it is says, God bless you all. God bless you too, what it is. Thank you for being here. I'm about to turn in myself. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of the chat. Amanda says, God bless you too, what it is. And Linda Davis says, yeah, I literally had 19 of them in the house tonight, kids and grandkids. Wow. That's a lot of dishes to wash with a frozen dish washer or sink. Amanda says, wow, Linda, full house. What you talking about? How rude. Something like that. Walter says, the dag of the integration, Pravda put out nudes of Ivania in Russia. Kind of shot over the bow to Trump. Kind of a shot over the bow to Trump. I got you. So it's Ivania. Are you talking about his daughter or his ex-wife? Or his current wife, because she's got nudes also. But she put them out because she used to be a model. Linda says, yeah, especially when I didn't expect them all. LOL. My house is rarely quiet. I hear you. Mine's always quiet. Unless I'm in it. Then it's loud. Amanda says, right, Linda? It's quiet here usually. Peaceful. Walter says, I Am the Greatest is a John Fogerty song. Might be. I don't know. John Fogerty is a great songwriter, though. He wrote a lot of CCR songs, and he wrote a lot of his own songs, Born on the Bayou and such like that. Amanda says, you'd freeze your butt off out there, silly, and wouldn't be able to bother me. Well, that would be a travesty. Dana says, Jake, I said that Trump showed to Ivana, his first wife, casino and not a country road. I'm being crazy today. Too much of a good mood. Hey, there's nothing wrong with a good mood. I like it when you're in a good mood. I like it when everybody's in a good mood. Rubs off on me. I feed on your energy, so keep it coming. I like it. Walter says his current wife. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, she's got nudes that she put out because she used to be a model. They probably published them, but she posed for them. Amanda says, you go, Dana. That's awesome. Yes, I wish I was in a good mood all the time. I envy people that can wake up singing and be all happy. Not me. I'm like, get away. I'm very misanthropic. Crotchety old man. Yes, I'm an eruditic misanthrope. Autodidactic eruditic misanthrope. Yes, that's me. And I'm a crotchety old man. But you know what? I have the mustache, so it's okay. All right, boys and girls, I made it to the bottom of the chat. I got to go to bed. I am exhausted. I've been up all day working in the snow like a real man, like a lumberjack, wearing steel-toed boots and sweating, you know, good stuff. Building tables and chopping down trees and killing small animals with sharp, pointy objects, you know, man stuff, scratching and spitting and whatnot. Anyway, it's time for me to retire and be a little baby and sleep curled up. So I love you all. I hope Mr. Prue is doing well after his injury. So far, so good. I hadn't seen him in a couple of days, but the last time I spoke to him, he was active and doing well. So I hope that's good news. He'll be back around. Linda says, LOL, Amanda, I called Tersh that last night. Crotchety old man. I am that. Men. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here on a Friday night. It's great being here with you guys. I enjoy every minute of it. I wish I could have sang a little better, but, you know, you can't win them all. We got the point across anyway. That's all that matters. Walter says, good night, all, and God bless, and thanks, Jake. Thank you, sir. And Dana says, good news. I love good news. Amanda says, hearts to all. Dana says, heart. And Linda says, good night, all, heart to all. Heart to you all. Oh, I just did a Nazi sign. Did you see that? It's time for me to be canceled. I gave you my heart. So, Elon, they will grasp at anything. Don't give them any excuses. Don't even do that. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow night for some politics, and we'll talk about all that then. Have a great night. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button before you leave, and share this video and all the other things. Press the buttons and whistles and all the stuff. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have a great night. God bless you all. Stay warm, stay busy, stay happy. Thanks for watching.